Captain's log. We've been shadowing this Soviet sub for days, both of us locked in a game of endurance. The crew's exhausted. Constant shifts at the sonar, intermittent depth charges to keep the pressure on. We managed to harass them enough to keep them from getting too comfortable, but they always manage to slip just beyond our grasp. This morning, we've lost contact. The weather has taken a turn for the worse. Rough seas and heavy winds have knocked out what little advantage we had. It's as if the ocean swallowed them whole. No sonar hits, no propeller noise, just silence. The men are running on fumes, and I bet the Soviets aren't in much better shape. But I know they're still out there, hiding. Our orders remain clear. Find that submarine, identify it, and resume the track. Problem is, Soviet subs rarely operate alone. And the uneasy feeling in my gut tells me we're not just dealing with one. We might have walked straight into a Wolfpack. Reinforcements are en route. The USS Cook is steaming to our position, but they're still an hour away. Until then, it's just us, alone in the storm. The rules of engagement stand. We don't fire unless fired upon. But with Soviet subs, you never know who will blink first. For now, all we can do is hunt, and hope we're not the prey. Hey guys, Stealth here, and welcome back to Sea Power. Today, playing a scenario as made by Wolfpack. Wolfpack has created this scenario where you have one destroyer, the Barney. They've been tracking a submarine, and the submarine has managed to slip away, but we know that they're somewhere inside the search area. This is a pretty sizable search area at that, so it might not be as easy to find these guys. We have a search area of about 10 nautical miles. Thankfully, there is another ship, the Cook. And the Cook over here has a helicopter. So that's exactly what I'm going to use. I'm going to launch the SH-2F Sea Sprite. And with that, hopefully, well, be able to identify the submarines. Or, well, submarines, I'm not sure what we're hunting. We are potentially in the middle of a Wolfpack. So I am extra careful with my ships. As for the Barney, her anti-submarine capabilities are a bit limited. She does not have a dipping sonar, or a towed array, or a helicopter. She just has active sonar. And passive sonar, I imagine, but we might be going too fast, and the weather is not in our favor. The louder the weather is, let's say the more wind there is, the more waves kind of make noise, and thus obscure the noise of the submarine. So they have a pretty good situation for them. Now what I have as weapon systems is the RUR-5, which has a range of 6 nautical miles. So if I position myself somewhere in the middle of that search area, I should be fine. I should be able to get a couple of ass rocks right on target. As for the rest, I have Mark 46 torpedoes with a range of 8 nautical miles. So those guys are definitely going to be able to get to the target, but I only have 6 of them. It's a bit limited. The Cook over here is racing towards her friend, doing 27 knots. Oh, sorry, that's the... I was wondering, why can I set height to a ship? I can't, but the game has selected the Sea Sprite. So, I want you to go all ahead flank, if you're not doing that already. Order speed 27 knots. It's going to take her an hour or so to get there, I think. Yeah, ETA 2021, which means will be a while. All that time, Barney could be very, very vulnerable. This mission is definitely going to require a bit of time acceleration, so that we'll be able to do, let's say, a track and then turn starboard and then turn back to port. Just trying to look and listen for the submarine. I'm going to add a couple of range circles here. I'm going to have a range circle for, let's say, 8 nautical miles relative to Barney. So that I know what the range of the torps is. There. This way I can keep track of... okay, I detected potentially a submarine over there. And maybe I'll be able to hit it with a torpedo. Here comes the Sea Sprite. Let's get you a head flank. There we go. 120 knots. And we're gonna have to drop a whole bunch of sonar buoys over there just in order to start finding some stuff. Thankfully, these guys are pretty quick, and they should be arriving far faster than the what is it, the Cook? Yep, there we go. A few minutes later, the Sea Sprite has arrived in the search area. I have high hopes for this helicopter. We're gonna lower her down to 20 feet, and with that, ideally, be able to use the magnetic anomaly detector to try and, well, potentially fly directly over the submarine, detecting it with the MAD, although chances are not great. So I'm going to rely on both the MAD and the sonar buoys. That's the plan. We're going to have a couple of sonar buoys deployed in a search pattern, sort of in the search area. And potentially we'll be able to also then get a hit with the MAD. That would be a very nice side benefit. But for now, I'm mostly relying on sonar buoys. I have had the Barney on 7 knots. I've also had her on full stop, just to see if I can listen in on anything. But so far, no joy. Dropping the sonar buoy actually got me a couple of contacts. Seemingly not the contacts that I'm looking for, because these are surface ships. Which is very interesting. I was not exactly expecting surface ships. But then again, with a very bad sea state and horrible weather, it's entirely likely that you're not going to be able to hear anything. Okay, we have a merchant there. I need you to identify yourself. There's another merchant. And you refuses to comply. Oh, really? That's interesting. So why are you refusing to comply? What's your range? Barney range, relative... Yeah, could be anything from, I don't know, 5 miles to 25 miles probably. Oh, there's another one. Hello. They agreed to comply, and it's another large oil tanker. So we got an oil tanker, we got a cargo liner, and another tanker. Alright, so these guys, most likely not that big of a threat. Oh, holy moly, what? Right next to the sonar buoy. Hello. Now here's the thing. Rules of engagement, do not fire unless fired upon. So here's the thing. Do I want to engage this guy? Because I'm not allowed to. If I have the Barney close in and risk being shot at, then there's a very good chance that I will lose this ship. We're gonna pretty much get the hell out of here. And we're gonna drop another sonar buoy fairly close. I was very lucky with this sonar buoy. I was just plotting it directly in front of the Barney so that if something were in front of it, I would detect it. But I wasn't expecting to drop right on top of the sub. Their depth is 360 feet. Okay. And apparently it's already been classified as a submarine. I don't even have to confirm its position anymore because the sonar buoy has it squarely. Yeah, last detection is like a split second ago, so that's not a problem. The real question is, how many friends does he have? Is he alone? Is he operating as part of a Wolfpack? I mean, that's the name of the creator of the scenario, so yeah. Assume the worst. New plan. I intend to put the Barney behind the submarine. This way, unless it has a towed array, is going to be unable to detect the destroyer. This should put the destroyer in a safer position, and if I were to engage, I can immediately drop a Mark 46 right on top of them. This does pose the risk of trying to get to that position. If they don't want me there, they might be able to just send a torpedo after me, in which case I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. But at the moment, this is kind of the best plan I have, I think, to keep the Barney safe. New passive contact, 7006. Submerged contact. Very close to the Barney, like a mile and a half out. This could be the second submarine. The other one has vanished. I lost the track. And just to be on the safe side, I'm already combing the area with the sea spray. Dropping another sonar buoy there and another one there. So it's a 5-pack of sonar buoys. This has me gravely concerned because I'm almost right on top of that submarine. Range, about a mile, mile 0.2. Speed on the submarine's 10 knots. Depth 290 feet. I do have to reacquire the other one. I don't like that I have lost that thing. The cook is definitely going to be joining this fight, but in about 50 minutes from now, so by that time I'm not so sure if I have enough surface contacts left. For now, let's reacquire that submarine somewhere in that area. What do we know about this one? Could be an Echo 2 or a November. Confidence is growing the longer we keep this thing detected. I'm not so sure who's detecting it currently. It's a passive sonar from the SSQ-53, so that's a sonar buoy. So the Barney at 20 knots. It's completely oblivious to that. It can't detect it. Let's put the Barney all stop. Pretty much on top of the submarine. There we go. It's also getting detected by the sonar from the Adams right now. I guess I could give it a ping to notify it that I know exactly where it is, because it most likely knows exactly where I am. One ping, Vasily.
Transmit active sonar. Sonar I. MCOM, secure all emitters. Radar I.
Now I know exactly where you are, and you know exactly where I am. And that probably goes for the other one as well, but I'm very much assuming that I have already been detected by the other submarine, by the one that's over to the west. Confidence is definitely growing. Barney is holding a position. We are definitely detecting her on the Barney's passive sonar now.
Turn to course 103. Helm I.
I want to get in their baffles.
Helm I.
Just behind them. No, all ahead 1/3. Don't speed up. Don't need you to go fast. Not a requirement right now. Need to take this slow and careful. After getting detected both by the passive sonar from the Adams, sorry, the Barney, and the passive sonobuoy that I have right next to it, I now know that this is a November. The submarine is still doing a leisurely 5 knots and not particularly in a hurry. And the Adams is, the Barney is pretty much right on top of them.
Turn to course 148.
They do seem to be changing course slightly, changing to a western course. They're currently on course 191. They were heading southeast, so they're definitely changing course, potentially trying to shake the Barney. It's not happening. What I'm very much interested in is where did the other sub go? Because I know that they were somewhere here, but I just can't see them anymore. And it was definitely not this one. Ah, there you were. Took a minute to listen in on them. Okay, I want you to go to 20 feet. I'm just do an overfly. With the MAD, I want to see exactly what we can find about this guy. I want to have his exact location. We have him on 2 systems. No, sorry, that's the wrong track. We have him on 1 passive sonar. Just the 1. At this point, we should be able to get him on the MAD as well. There. MAD. Magnetic anomaly detection. We just flew right over him. Come around.
2-1. Turn to course 2. Turn to course 2-1-2.
At this point, I'm very much wondering what's going to happen next. Because neither submarine has taken any aggressive action. So, by all accounts, I'm not allowed to fire at these submarines. Whereas I pretty much have both of them dead to rights. So I'm very curious to see where the scenario is going to take us next. As I am going through the tracking of the November, and having plunked down another sonobuoy right on top of the other submarine, which I still haven't classified, I am thinking that there might be a third. 2 submarines don't really make a Wolfpack, and I have searched the north bit, I've searched the east bit of the search area, but I haven't searched the south. So let's plunk a sonobuoy down pretty much in the south, and see if there's anything down there. A submarine or 2, definitely a problem. 3 submarines is worse. This November has been doing some funky maneuvering. They're coming to periscope depth? Why are you coming to periscope depth? Are you going to try and say hello to the Barney? Because it's right next to you. There she is. Maybe the crews are more exhausted than I thought. Cook is expected here in about half an hour now. I'm going to have her start trailing whatever that is. She's still doing best speed, but I can't wait for her to get her. Alright, let's plunk that sonobuoy into the water here with Sea Sprite and see if something comes up. I'm going to lay another one down there for good measure. Where is the rest? If there is a rest, like, I don't know that. 3 knots. Okay, they're terribly slow. This guy decided to pop down again. Okay, range. 0.26 nautical miles. Very, very close to the Barney. The situation has just drastically changed. We have 2 torpedoes in the water, coming from a bearing that I was not expecting. Although, at this point, I kinda was. Because I had the Sea Sprite lay a sonobuoy here, and I thought, hold on. The briefing said the Barney might be in the middle of a Wolfpack. The Barney was about here when she started. Submarine? Submarine? Submarine. So, we now have 2, I think, wake-homing torpedoes in the water. The 53Ks, sorry, 5365K, WH, wake-homing. I'm very curious to see how they're going to respond, because I don't have a wake. The ship is stationary. So, I guess maybe they're just going to sail past? Because they don't even seem to be going directly at me. Nevertheless, I do want to have a snapshot go back in that general direction. So, yeah, let's say just about that area. Apparently, we have now gone hot, so I can start engaging all targets. No, not a marker. I need a ruler. Somewhere in that vicinity. Which is good news, because that would put it more or less inside the 8 nautical mile range. So, let's drop a Mark 46. And have that go, well, in this general direction. I want to have the RUR-5 go directly after the November. And I want to have the Hilo join this fight urgently. Because I'm also going to take this guy out. I'm going to drop another torpedo in the water over to starboard. And the Barney is going to have a very, very interesting time. Maybe those torpedoes are harmless. Well, I mean, they're never harmless, but there's 3 of them now.
Weapon away.
Torpedoes are launched. Oh, you're speeding up? No, dude. I'm not so sure that's the right call here.
Maneuvering aye.
Are they going for my ship? Course 065. If I'm laying a course with a ruler of 065, that puts them past the Barney. Because when I was maneuvering to follow the November, yes, I did have a wake. But I haven't had one for a while, so we're gonna go all stop.
Contact faded. Track 70.
Multiple hostile contacts.
There's the submarine, right there. Okay.
Confirm.
Pop an RUR-5 in the water. Oh fuck, they're gonna be maneuvering in order to do that. This means we will have lost the opportunity to go after these targets.
Roger that.
Another torpedo in the water. Friendly this time around, ideally. This wake homer is just passing. No, it's not actually passing. That hit the Barney. Damn it, I misplayed that. That is probably serious damage. Moderate hull damage. Flooding in 2 compartments. Okay.
Contact faded. Track 7. Torpedo in the water. We're hit.
Yeah, there's the second torp. Damn it.
Contact. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing. We're hit.
There's another torp. I think because I started launching my weapons, and because there was suddenly a wake, the torpedoes went, aha, and they just immediately engaged. Fuck. Well, live and learn. Okay, so now we're gonna have to engage whatever the hell that was with the torpedoes. I do have torpedoes in the water. This one might go active. I kind of doubt it though. Barney's listing over to starboard bad. She has heavy hull damage, heavy flooding. I think the ship is doomed. We still have that November there. Come on.
Turn to course 3, 1, 2.
I think this submarine popped a sonar. Yeah, they popped a noisemaker.
Flooding beyond control.
Yeah, Barney's dead.
Abandoning ship.
Damn it. This torp is searching. It might eventually find this submarine, 7007. So it's potentially still going to get salvageable.
Turn to course 3.
If we lose one destroyer and they lose 3 submarines, I still consider that a pretty decent outcome. I really wondered what happened if the Barney hadn't started speeding up, hadn't started maneuvering. Maybe she would have been fine, but I don't exactly know how the wake homings work. This torpedo's still nicely cruising. Where's the cook? Still about a half hour away. Okay. Okay, I want you to engage in that November.
7006.
The problem is I only have 2 torpedoes and I have 3 targets. There's the sinking of the Barney.
Weapon away.
You sure that's the right launch angle? Yes. They're going for it. Okay. Drop a sonar buoy there. It might get spoofed by the noisemaker, but I just want to know what's out there. The other torpedo is searching, and this submarine is a Foxtrot. I think there's another noisemaker. Why are you popping noisemakers? Because this torpedo wasn't meant for you.
Buoy away.
Hold on. There you are.
701.
Hello.
Turn to course 176. Turn to course 163.
I'm way close to this target.
6.
There's all sorts of noisemakers there now. And I have apparently lost the other contact.
Contact faded. Track 7006.
Look at that. There's 3 noisemakers and there's a submarine somewhere. The chances of my torpedo locking onto that are minuscule. Please don't tell me you're going to run after the wreck of the Barney. That would be a really bad way to go. You have a new passive contact? Yeah, let me guess. More noisemakers. This November is popping noisemakers like they're Coca-Cola. This Torp?
Contact faded. Track 7006.
What exactly are you going for? Because you're not searching.
Contact faded. Track
You seem to be tracking something.
7016. Contact faded. Track 7017.
I have a few issues at the moment. I don't have enough weapons to take out all the threats. That's 1. 2, I don't have range on the sonar buoys soon. And this means I'm going to have to send my helicopter back, which is quite the ways. It's 21 nautical miles. My sonar buoys run out of range at 15 nautical miles, so I can't exactly get there and still have a track. We have lost the November.
Turn to course 1. Turn to course 1.
Let's do a mad pass.
Turn to course 103.
As for this Torp, I don't think it's actually found anything. Though it did change course recently.
Turn to course 9. Turn to course 1.
Noisemakers everywhere.
Turn to course 9. Turn to course 9.
Still got 5 sonar buoys and 1 weapon, so... Oh, hold on. Yeah, there's the November. He's hiding right in the middle of his sonar buoys. Damn it.
Turn to course 7.
That's going to be a bit difficult to dislodge. At some point his noisemakers will run out. They'll just stop making noise. And at that point they might be able to start getting hits. Let's hunt the Foxtrot down. Let this guy waste all his noisemakers. Then we'll rearm, abort the cook, and come back and kill it. Let's just sort of mark its last known location. Because then I can, if it continues on its course, kind of figure out where it's going. So I get a course of 225. 225? You're heading west? Okay. Really? Looks to be heading southeast to me. Okay. We even have it fully identified as the K115. Interesting. Alright. As for that Foxtrot, what are we going to do with you, huh? 2.84 nautical miles. These Torps have a pretty decent range, but I'm concerned that they'll just get spoofed. Let's fly behind it and see if we can drop the Torp in his baffles. I think we can keep him detected. He is maneuvering a bit. The Mark 46 is completely lost the plot. Hold on, this Mark 46 is completing its circle.
Contact faded. Track
Course 2, 3, 4.
1, 8.
If I get really lucky, they might turn back. Yeah, they've changed course to 2, 3, 3, so this is sort of accurate. Hold on a minute. No, I was thinking they were going to hit the Fox. Never mind.
Course 2, 9, 8. LMI. Contact faded. Track 7, 0, 0, 6. Turn to course 2,
Go
8,
get him.
1. LMI. Turn to course 2.
I want this
7,
Foxtrot
8,
to not know
LMI.
that there was ever a threat.
Turn to course.
I mean, yeah, they'll have heard the torpedoes by now, for sure, but... I mean, more along the lines of, there's another torpedo that's about to have a very, very intense meeting with you.
Weapon away.
There you go. Dropped it about half a nautical mile out. At this point, I think we need to, I don't know, drop a few more sonobuoys and then call it a day. And just go back. This Mark 46 is just circling. This one is active. Might be tracking. Alright, let's pop another sonobuoy into the water. We still have a few. You're searching. You're 0.3 nautical miles out. How can you not find it? Come on, turn to port. Unless this track isn't accurate. That's always a possibility, that the track isn't accurate and the torpedo is. I'm still figuring out what the best position is to drop a torpedo on top of a submarine. I haven't worked it out yet. But it looks like this torpedo is just going to do its own thing. No, actually, the torpedo just... Yeah, there you are. You're actually really close. The torpedo has it right. You just need to go down, dude. You're gonna miss it.
Buoy away.
Oh, come on. Really? There's another noisemaker that just got popped. Okay, fine. RTB. Go get your additional torpedoes.
Roger, RTB.
Oh, this Foxtrot is so sneaky. So sneaky. We're getting all sorts of passive contacts as this guy keeps popping noisemakers everywhere. Dude, turn around. Don't let yourself be fooled. This Foxtrot track is completely wrong. It's over there now. It's heading to the northwest. My torpedo is heading due east. Foiled again. In the next part of this video, the hunt is going to continue. If you want to get that part early, you can join as a member. If not, don't worry, the video is going to get uploaded soon. So, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And I'll see you soon for the next part.